UK nurse. It's okay now. Is it only UK that is in the country? We have other countries too. And do you know that how much is even UK paying their nurse? Do you know that UK is one of those countries that pay their nurses lower fee, and even at that, their tax last one, it is something else. So guys, I bring to you another sweet and juicy country, which is United States of America. I don't know why people are actually running away and people are not flocking into this country, but I know why. It's because of the rate of their visa denial. But let me bust your bubbles, let me shake your bubbles, let me by your bubbles. Most times, according to research, the most denial that they used to deny people is most times visitors visa, because they know that where are you going and baby store, though they can deny any visa, but then when it comes to all this healthcare professional visa, they hardly deny visa unless you don't know your onions, unless you don't have your documents. And even at that, we have agents that when they recruit you, they will give you all the visa support, all the everything that you need. They hardly deny health related visa unless you don't even know what you are doing at all. So guys, today's video I'll be talking about 10 steps, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 steps on how to become a nurse in the UK. No, this 10 steps it will have subdivision, but then you can actually write this as your to-do list. Then you start ticking it, and everything. So before we start, before I continue, have you subscribed? I'm asking you again, have you subscribed? I'm sure you've done now. Okay, so before we continue, I told you about 8 steps, right? 10 steps, right? So before I say the 8 step, there's a step that is supposed to come forward. It can come forward for some people, it might not come forward for some people, but then that 8 step is agency, getting an agency to recruit you. So they are like 98% of agency, when you actually contact them, you're actually a nurse and everything, that you actually want to migrate to US, they'll actually take all the stress off you. All the steps that I want to take, they'll just be telling you what to do, and they will guide you, they will give you proper guidance. If you know you've contacted any agent and they say, okay, when you get this done, you should contact them and everything, try another. We have so many agents in the US that they will take the stress off you, they will guide you even to visa, everything. Then you don't have to go through all this thing. But then just in case you do not get any agent, or then you just want to know how the step is. So now let's start from beginning to the end. Have you subscribed yet? Okay, so the first on my list is your BSc or your diploma. So whether you have BS, whether you have diploma, nobody cares, as long as you should have a nursing degree, diploma or nursing from your home country. So the next one is license. Of course, after getting your diploma, after getting your BSc, the next one is you get the license from your home country. So your home country has to license you. That's the next step. So the next step is then you get at least 1 year experience. Normally, for the registration of US, you don't actually need the experience to actually register, and that's why you can start doing your experience even while you can start doing your registration even while you are getting your experience. But then this experience is mostly needed with the companies, the hospitals that want to recruit. They mostly ask for at least 1 year experience. So even when you actually finish your school, like this, you can start processing your registration with the Board of Nursing Council in the US while you are still getting experience. You know, it's not something that works overnight. So let's just say maybe your license was ready in 3 months. You already have 3 months experience. Let's say your license is ready in 6 months. You already have 6 months. So while you're getting your experience, be doing your registration. So it's as if you're using one stone wall to kill 2 birds. You understand? So the step 4 is then you register with the CGFNS. So you register with any evaluation company, any evaluation service. So you can either register with CGFNS or Joseph Sealing or MS. So any one of your choice. So CGFS means Commission Graduate of Foreign Affairs for Credential Evaluation. Joseph Sealing is just normal Joseph Sealing, it's not a short form. And then the next one is MS, which is Educational Record Evaluation Service. So after you've gotten your this thing, so the purpose of all these CGFNs, Joseph Sealing or MS is to actually evaluate your results or your document your document, to actually equate it to the standard of US. So this one, you submit your secondary school, your WAEC certificate, your nursing education, your BSc, your license, your those education and your transcript. You submit everything together to them, you pay to them online, so they will actually evaluate it and then send you back a report to actually equivalent it to US standard, that okay, the level it is in US, the level it is in this thing, like that. So you can even use any of this evaluation body, but please, before you use any evaluation body, make sure it is the one that your state approve. And this one will bring us to number 5. Number 5 is pick a state of choice in USA in which you can register with their nursing body. It is not like UK that once you just write NMC, once you write NMC or your CBT, and then you can work anywhere in UK and everything. It is not like that. In the US, you have to just pick a province. Is it province? You pick a state, whether California, whether Texas, whether Mexico, whether Ohio, whether West Virginia, whether anything. You just pick any province of your choice, any state of your choice, and then you go to their nursing board council. That is where you actually register. So when you go to their nursing board council, you read everything about it. That's when they will tell you list of approved evaluation center. For example, in Texas they might approve CGFNS, whereas in Ohio they don't like CGFNS. Just like even in Nigeria, some people will accept for these A levels that they used to do, this JUPEP. Some schools accept JUPEP, whereas some schools like UI, they say they don't want JUPEP. Some schools, they will say, no, it's only the JUPEP you do in their school, they will accept. Why some schools, they don't care? Yes, exactly how it is. So you have to pick your state. After picking your state, you have to go to the nursing board of that state to go and check the evaluation body that they approve. They can approve CGFN, but then generally CGFNS is the popular one that people use. But then we have Joseph Sealing, we have MS. So anyone that you see like your school actually your nursing board actually approve, you can actually go through it. And then any state you'll be picking, any state in the US you'll be picking, make sure you don't pick any states that will actually ask you for social number. Yeah, social security number. That social security number is like national insurance number in Nigeria, like NIN. Of course, it's only people that stays in the US that should have it. So avoid states like that. So I have some list of states with me that you don't have to write. They don't ask for social security number. We have Colorado, we have Illinois, we have Montana, we have Washington, we have New York, we have West Virginia, we have Texas. And Texas is like the most popular one. If you're coming from Africa and then you see so many nurses in Texas. In fact, some are actually recommend Texas, New York. Yeah, Texas, New York, West Virginia. We have so many Africans or so many Nigerians that's the one they go. And somehow excuse me, when you're actually doing international anything, somehow it's actually good to actually choose a city or a state that will have more of your African person or Nigerian, so that even when you want to do your own, they are not strange. They are not saying, what's this? Like, they will not give you an attack. So it's more like your country people, your fellow Nigeria has gone to set the space for you. So your own is just to come. So even when they receive your document, even when they will say, okay, this is how it is, they'll just give you direct advice. But if you look at a state that is not popular, right, that Nigerians hardly go there, Ghanaians hardly go there, and then you'll be the first Ghanaian, they might actually give you tough time in your registration. They might tell you to get the document, and then you don't even know the equivalent, you don't know what they're talking about. So sometimes it's actually good. And then another thing about USA is, you know, unlike UK, once you do your NMC and your CBT, you can work anywhere of your choice. You can work in England, you can work in Scotland, you can work in Wales. You are sure registered in UK. But then in US, so that's why you have to think very well. If you're picking Texas, and that's where you want to register with their nursing board. If you are picking Texas, that is Texas you want to register with as their nursing board, that's where you'll be working forever and ever. If you want to move from Texas to Washington, you have to go through Washington registration, you have to write their exams, you have to go through their licensing. They will subject you to exam. It will be as if you are coming from another country. It's not like in UK that, or in Nigeria, that once you are a licensed person, you can work anywhere in the country. This one, they have different health practices from different states to each other. So you have to sit down and think. It's not a situation you might say, oh, I like this province, it's easy to register and everything. Once you go, you migrate. When you go there, when you want to migrate, you still enter the same wahala. So it's better to think very well before you actually choose your state, because any state you move to, you'll be subjected to write a nursing exam, another verification, another step of this thing before you actually move. Then another thing that can actually influence the type of state you choose is exam. There are some of this nursing body, they will not have exam and requirement. There are some that they will have just little normal requirements, your registered nurse, like their license, your educational transcript, just normal one. There are some they will ask you all these very annoying documents. Then there are some that will actually subject you to so many exams. You know that after NCLEX, and that's it, right? There's some that after NCLEX, and that's it. Just like UK after there's some you write NCLEX, you write interview, you have this one, you write this one, you have this one. And aside that, another factor that can actually influence you choosing your state is states pay more than each other. For example, I think California or Texas, they actually pay their nurses well. So their states, they actually pay, and the difference is much, very, very much. There are some states that they pay more, there are some states that they pay less. Sometimes it's according to tax, according to benefits. There are some benefits that you get only if you're a Texas nurse. There's some benefits you get only if you're a California nurse. So it's one of those things to actually consider. But most majorly, I know Nigerians, Africans actually used to migrate to Texas, New York, West Virginia, even Washington. I know it's like a common route for them. So that means it might actually be a good benefit. But then you can sit down your own to actually practice more this thing. So the next on my list is you get authorization. So after you've picked your state, for example, if you're registering with Texas, you send all your documents for ERS, CGFN to verify it, to evaluate. So after the verify it, you go on the nursing board council of that state that you pick. You follow you create a profile, the normal English, you create a profile, your documents, your year of study, all those things. You shall upload all your documents. Then when they've gone through, they'll actually send you like an email, or an email that okay, you've been verified, you've been authorized to write NCLEX. It's not like NMC that, it's not like UK CBT that when you just finish your what's it called, once you just finish your nice license, this thing, once you just finish your license, you just go and book CBT and just go and finish it. Now this one, if they don't authorize you, you cannot write NCLEX. So the NCLEX is written by only people that are actually authorized. Yeah, so once they send you your authorization that you can actually write NCLEX, and then the 7th step is you register for your NCLEX, and that's it. No, that's not it. So after you register for your NCLEX, that's why I said we have some nursing board, normally NCLEX have general cutoff, but then according to some nursing board, they have their own general cutoff, so they have their own specific cutoff. Just like in Nigeria, some people can say their university cutoff for medicine is 270, some people say it's 280, some people say this thing. The next on my list, this step 8 is then you actually get an agency to actually help with contracting, to actually help you to get a job in the UK. So sometimes they actually to actually help you, that they will actually give you a contract to actually get you a job. And that's why I said looking for an agent should actually be like the first one on your step somehow, because there are so many agencies that they will help. Once you've just finished your BSc, you've gotten license in your country, and probably you've had a 1 year experience, and you just look for an agent that will just take the stress off you. So they'll be the one telling you, oh yeah, do this one, pick this nursing body, fill this form, send it to this, send it. Like they'll just be guiding you to make it easy. But just in case you do not get anyone, this is how you actually have to do it yourself. And then next on our list is after you've gotten a contract, you've gotten a job in the UK with Texas or anything, you're already on your way to America, and then you actually apply for EB3 visa. Yeah, EB3 visa. You send your application, you fill the form and everything, and then you apply for your visa. And then of course the last but not least, you actually apply for priority visa. So somehow if you apply for priority visa and they feel like you're actually going for a professional course like health, like this, they hardly deny your visa unless you don't have enough documentation or anything. They hardly deny your visa. So guys, I hope with this viewpoint of mine I've been able to guide somebody out there easy way on how to actually get registered as a US nurse. So guys, in my subsequent videos, I'm making video about list of agencies to actually consider for your recruitment that can actually give you this. And again, another thing about these agencies, they have sweet relocation package. They can pay for your accommodation. Most times you don't even have to pay. Some they will even pay for your Netflix, so NCLEX, they even pay for everything. You don't have to pay for anything. And that's why I say sometimes this step 8 can actually come first before the other one. So sometimes just try to get an agent first before you try to, so that they will take all the stress, all the expenses, all the everything. Some instead of you doing the evaluation yourself, you just have to send them your document. They will do every single thing yourself. So in my next video, I'll be talking about list of agents for you to actually consider the best recruitment agencies in the US. So far, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumb up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you soon.